Lions. Look, we know the 49ers and the Detroit game is going to be a one-sided game as far as who won. 49ers came out. It was 31-10 and a half. Trey Lance got him a 5-yard touchdown pass to just to start his stats. You know what I'm saying? Then he sat down and he came back in, do a couple of rushes, RPO style. Jimmy Garoppolo, he didn't turn the ball over. He does what he's supposed to do, not turn the ball over. He had 300 yards passing. He had one
deep
touchdown.
ones today.
Yeah, you know, he did all right. I mean, it was against Detroit, so it's a good warm-up game for him. So, but man, look, man, after putting up 41 points, they let the Detroit Lions with Jared Goff and no one else to throw the ball to except for maybe T.J. Hawkinson, the tight end, and DeAndre Swift, who got a nice screen pass and he ran for a touchdown. He did shoot the guy, Jimmy Ward, out his pants. And they made it a game. The game ended up being way closer than it should have been.
Yeah.
Is this a fluke, or is this something to be worried about with the 49ers? Lazy, what you got?
Ooh, for the 49ers, I don't think it's a fluke. I think it's something they'll need to get under control. I think end games can get out of hand. They can get a lead. We've seen this not just with Jimmy G, not just with this coach, but just this franchise for whatever reason. They can get in positions where, you know, it's their game to lose, and they'll lose it. So I think this was a scare because, like you said, it was the Lions, but at the same time, them Lions brought it to a single possession game, and they had a real good shot of, you know, scoring on that last drive. So I would say, you know, 49ers are going to have to tighten up on their closing out games. The Lions were surprisingly able to string together a good drive a couple of good drives in the second half. So, you know, watch out for Jared Goff. Maybe he could do something over here. Maybe get them to a wild card spot. Probably not, but, you know, it was fun to watch. I'm not gonna lie. That just to see how many meltdowns they had, fumbles here, onside kick here. It's just like, what else could go wrong for this team right now? I really thought they were gonna come back at a point, but you know,
Okay.
those are the breaks.
Okay.
Close out better.
All right. I don't know, man, because the Phoenix Suns went 8-0 in the bubble, and then some folks said that they should have made in. But that's beside the point. You know, we'll move on.
Mm-hmm.
Did they not make it to the championship?
It did.
That's all I gotta say.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That year they did not make it to the playoffs, though. So ain't no got nothing to do with this season.
That's the year we were talking about.
Come on, man.
They won. They went to
You
the championship the next season.
And they're not making it had nothing to do with their team.
Thank you.
It was more so about no other team faltering.
Basically. So yeah. You know, it's all about
The system was rigged.
Wow. Start the steal.
Stop the steal. Oh. Yeah, man. What's your take on this, man? You think the 49ers it was a fluke, or they got deeper seated issues?
I agree with Lasik on this on a lot of points. Mainly that 49ers be in these good positions, or the team look pretty good, and then somewhere along the line things start to crumble and fumble. So I don't know if that's just a pattern that they're developing, or there's something they need to clean up. But that's not a fluke. Whether it was a fluke in this game, I'm kind of leaning towards saying yes, just because of who they were playing against. But at the same time, their past has also shown that this may not be. So they do have to tighten up on things, and that remains, regardless of whether or not you thought this was a fluke or this wasn't a team that should have done this. They still need to tighten up, and I think the fourth quarter showed, and they need to tighten up. Like, don't let your weaknesses be exposed like that if you have, and don't be making silly mistakes to close out the game. You gotta play through until that clock rings. So.
Okay. All right. Well, then, Deuce, man. Do you think this is a byproduct of the Shanahan legacy? Because
listen, you in my mind right now, man. I'm looking at the trend analysis, as Kev would say. You have to look at the trends. This man was in Atlanta. They up. Halftime. Second half, they lose. Okay? Next Super Bowl, they up. Second half, they lose. And now week 1 of the season, man. There's one common denominator, man. And I know LASIK was talking about the franchise is what they do, but we know when khakis was there, when trousers was there, they ain't play like this, man. They play from the first minute to the last minute, man. I don't know what Shanahan does. I don't know if it's in his breakfast. I don't know if it's the water he's drinking on the sideline. Maybe switch to Gatorade, Powerade. Is vitamin water still viable? I don't know.
Who you calling? We talking about Harbaugh?
You know, talking about Harbaugh.
Yeah. So hold on. I'm thinking Power went out game. Wasn't that Harbaugh?
Yeah, that was Harbaugh.
Harbaugh Bowl? Wasn't that Harbaugh Bowl?
That was
also Harbaugh.
Yeah.
The power.
Yeah, Beyonce remember, apparently, because I think we blamed Beyonce for that one.
Power in there.
Come on, guys.
Third quarter.
Like I said, this is a franchise. Even before Harbaugh got there and Alex Smith was struggling, like it's a franchise. To me, it's a franchise. It's systemic. To me,
you can't be systemic and you have 5 championships. I don't know how that works, but okay.
No. You go, wait. How far back we going?
Look, are we talking about 5 is 5?
Like you. Yeah, 5 is 5, but time is time too, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You said it's systemic though. Hold on, systemic.
So hold on. Bulls today have a system of winning system. Is that what you're saying?
What I'm saying is that it can't be systemic holistically with 5 championships under your belt. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not saying throughout. I'm just in their current history. I'm saying in the modern history of the team, it seems systemic. That's all I'm saying.
Look, Alex Smith had probably a brand new offensive coordinator for like 8 of his 9 first seasons.
A lot of churn.
There was a lot of turnover. We had Singletary, who couldn't coach with them. He was having a fallout with Vernon Davis. We had so much turnover at the management spot. So I mean, it was not stable since the mid to late 90s when after Steve Mariucci left, we not had the culture that was was there beforehand. So I mean, there's a lot of turnover. Even the GM, we've gotten John Lynch now. He's trying to help stabilize it, but.
Yeah, I definitely get that. I'm just saying, like, even now that they've been able to string at least enough talent and good enough coaching to get them to these platforms, to these high stages, I feel like it's a consistent thing where they just have these meltdowns. Like,
hold on. So, Reg, let's be real though. Okay, so first of all, Harbaugh was the man. Okay, you're talking about the Tom Sula era and the Chip Kelly era. The 49ers. You're talking about Jim Tom Sula and Chip Kelly. That's what systemic breakdowns and just craziness really started. And now you got Shanahan, who is a brilliant offensive mind. I would not take that from him. But for whatever reason, game management, so far the record shows that there's an issue there. But come on, you can't hit the franchise for Tom Sula and Chip.
I ain't going. Listen, I'm not going that far back. Y'all going too far back. I'm talking contemporary history. I'm talking about modern history.
So before John Harbaugh and later.
Since they've gotten out of the dark place and have an opportunity to win it all. I'm not talking about the struggle seasons. I'm talking about the team. You look at the team. You cheered them on all season. They did good enough to get deep into the playoffs, and then they had these meltdowns. That's what I'm talking about.
What year?
All of them, bro. When they won the chip. What are you talking about?
I'm trying to see. You said modern times. I'm trying to see what year is your modern times.
When they lost to the Seahawks. I'm talking about all these, like, pretty much the Harbaugh and on. Like, once Alex Smith was able to get a steady core of coaching, and they were able to get somewhere into the playoffs, and then they continued the next year with Kaepernick and Alex Smith. They worked it out together to get deeper and deeper. And I'm just saying, like, every year, no matter how good a team they have, we see this. That's all I'm saying.
So essentially, John Harbaugh and Kyle Shanahan.
Yes. In recent history, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Tom Sula, Chip Kelly, Shanahan.
Yeah. Yeah.
There was a gap between Harbaugh and Shanahan.
There was a gap.
Well, I mean, those teams, like, there was issues on, like, they were rebuilding and stuff going on. They didn't really have a lot of, like, I'm talking about all these seasons that we're talking about are when they got deep in the playoffs. Those years where they had those other coaches, they weren't great teams.
No.
Right?
No, they weren't.
They had good defenses. They had Frank Gore, but yeah.
Well, Tom Sula had the same team that Harbaugh had, and just
But even
they look like garbage.
Yeah, it was
even when
trash.
Harbaugh had that team, didn't like somebody broke their leg in the play. Like, it was a lot of stuff going on. That's why I said I didn't put it on one coach. I just said for whatever reason I don't know what you want to call it. They have these. It just goes. You just start seeing, hey, they're up. They're in the playoffs, deep in the playoffs. They're in the championship game, and then you just start seeing it. Halftime come, and everything that can go wrong goes wrong.
Okay.
Ride with Reg on that, but then you add the Shanahan factor to that. So now it's just
So it's Shanahan's fault.
no. I see what you're saying. You got the franchise-ish going on, right?
Yeah.
Second half blunders, and then when you add the Shanahan factor,
Okay.
bro, you might as well just call the game at halftime.
Factor.
Yeah, I think we should just play 30-minute games. First two quarters, man. Like wherever it is, man. Just everything else is canceled.
I know what the score. We just gonna go home.
Stop the count. Stop the count at halftime. So,
I like the team though. I like Kels is out there still doing his thing. Mans is a beat. I like the team, man.
yeah.
Like I hope they fix some of these issues, and maybe this could be their year. Who knows? It's gonna be a tough to have Patty Mahomes and Brady in it and still say this might be your year, but
yeah.
it's the 49ers. I feel like they're always in a conversation still.
Yeah.
Even with what I just said, I feel like they're in a conversation when they're playing well, when they have a good team.
Okay, so then let me ask this real quick though. This I'm gonna shoot this at you, Deuce, man. Who do you think is favorite coming out of the NFC West? Because I mean, every team won today. Kyler Murray threw up 4 touchdowns, ran for 1. You had Russell Wilson cooking. You know what I'm saying? He's still the party guy. He's still the fun guy out here. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna mess with that one. Okay.
We had the LA Rams.
Russell, baby.
Yeah, LA Rams with Matt Stafford. He out here, making some noise against the Bears. So I mean, I think all the teams won so far, or about to win, or won already. So, what do you think? Are they still a favorite? I mean, this is probably the toughest division. Winning wise,
Yeah.
the toughest division losing wise is the Cowboys and the other people, but winning wise,
Wow.
Winning right. You know what? I'm gonna ride with because I mean it's a quarterback league, right? We agree with that.
Yep,
So I'm gonna have to take the most talented quarterback,
Russ.
Russ. Yeah, you gotta ride with Russ. Yeah.
Cool.
Did they fix their O-line situation from last season?
Probably
You can't. You have a great quarterback with nobody protecting him, and that's what we saw happen last season.
Good
You
question.
can have a decent quarterback and a great O line with a coach who doesn't know how to coach the second half.
Hey, get close. They got damn close.
Hey. I don't know the formula, man. Apparently, yeah. All that is plausible. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll definitely see. And I'm pulling for my 49ers because I'm a lifetime fan. I'm not no, media fan or Twitter fan or whatever they winning in Miami fan. So,
Wow.
yeah. So I ain't taking no shots at nobody specifically. So let's move on.
No?
Let's move on.